Welcome to the Morro Data Cloud NAS demonstration. Cloud NAS is a hybrid cloud file server. Files are fully stored and managed in the cloud, yet they appear to users and applications on the local network as an ordinary file server. With Cloud NAS, the cloud can now be used as your primary file server, offering the accessibility, scalability, and resiliency of the cloud while maintaining a fast on-prem file server experience. The solution is made up of three pieces. The Morro cache drive provides both acceleration and a local file server interface. Client computers connect to the cache drive to access files via a UNC path or map drive letter. The Morro Cloud Server interfaces with the cache drives to provide the global file system, sync engine, file deduplication, file versioning, and file locking. Finally, the cloud object storage is where the data files are actually stored. Currently, files can be stored in either Amazon S3, Wasabi, or Backblaze B2. With Cloud NAS, you get a single, unified global file server that allows users to connect to files from multiple different locations, just as if they were all on the same network, without the use of VPNs or SD-WANs. For your users, a Morro cache drive looks just like an on-prem file server. In this case, we have a cache drive named London, and we are browsing files in the project's share. The difference is that the cache drive keeps only a copy of your most recently accessed files. There is a little X on the files that are in the cloud but not yet on the cache drive. However, if you right-click the file properties, it looks just like a normal file, with the file size, a date and timestamp, and the security or access permissions. When the user actually opens the file will be downloaded from the cloud object storage to the cache drive and then made available to the user. And once a file is on the cache drive, it is also available to other users. It will not need to be re-downloaded. Cloud NAS automatically manages the space on the cache drive by choosing to remove the least recently accessed files first, meaning a file that has not been accessed for a long time is pushed to the cloud. A common question we get from customers is how Cloud NAS handles file locking. File locking is a solution for handling file conflicts, which can arise when accessing the same file from two different locations at the same time. Cloud NAS file locking is based on application-level file locking. This means that if an application locks the file, Cloud NAS will synchronize the lock to all the other cache drives that have access to that share. If another user tries to access the file on a different cache drive, the application will report that the file is in use. For example, if a user is using this Word document, if we go to a different cache drive, say the one in San Francisco, and we try to open up that same file, we will see that that file is already in use. There is a second way that Cloud NAS handles file conflicts, and that is file versioning. In situations where a file is infected with ransomware, Cloud NAS automatic versioning makes it very easy for the admin or user to restore a previous clean version. We will show you how in the latter part of this video. In terms of application compatibility, Cloud NAS appears to them just like a standard file server. So if your applications work well with file servers, then they will work with Cloud NAS. With users, the familiarity of the network share interface reduces training needs as well as the learning curve for using the system. Oftentimes, users are not even aware that there has been any change. Cloud NAS is a cloud-based solution, so all management is done in the cloud. Each Cloud NAS account has its own portal with a custom subdomain which we call Morro Cloud Manager. Admins can log into MCM from anywhere they have internet access via a web browser. The dashboard has information about the system and usage patterns. One thing to point out is the section called Data Stored, which shows your data and you pay for. Because Cloud NAS dedupes and compresses files, what you copy to Cloud NAS is not necessarily what gets stored in the cloud. Here we show a 10% reduction in the demo account, but many customers get a 25 to 30% reduction out of the gate when they migrate their shares to Cloud NAS. This is because we only store a single copy of the file in the cloud, even if there are 5 copies of the same file in different parts of the same share. File system is where you manage your file system, such as setting up new shares. As you can see, Cloud NAS shares have the same settings as an on-prem NAS share. You can specify permissions by users and groups. You can also add additional security at the cache drive level so that only users in a particular office can access sensitive files. In this example, the accounting team is only in London. so the other locations will not even see the accounting share on their cache drives. Devices manages all your cache drives from a centralized location. You can see the status of each cache drive when it's uploading or downloading. You can also perform maintenance actions such as firmware updates or rebooting. Under Team, permissions can be managed by users or groups. Identity management can be set to Morro Users Mode, Active Directory, Azure AD, or LDAP. Depending on your subscription, additional features or apps such as SharePoint Sync, Morro Audit, or Morro Migrate are available. SharePoint Sync creates a two-way sync between a Morro data share and a SharePoint document library. Morro Audit captures events at the file level, informing administrators of what's been happening on the system, including who's connected to what cache drive and to which share and what they've done to each file. Cloud File Manager is also included with Cloud NAS. After logging in, users can browse current files. They can also view deleted files and restore previous versions of files. You can also upload or download files from the cloud. This is useful when users are not on a network with a cache drive, such as when they're on the road. To view deleted files, you click on this eyeball icon to unhide deleted files. Then select and click on Manage Versions, and you can restore the appropriate file back to Cloud NAS. In the same way, you can select any existing file, click on Manage Versions, and view previous versions of the file, which you can then restore. Thank you for viewing this high-level presentation of the Morro Data Cloud NAS solution. For more detailed information, please sign up for a free live demonstration at morrodata.com. morrodata.com.